Ho ho ho! 6 more days! 6 more days. It's Saturday. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. And we are 6 more mornings till the Blade Show doors open. We're on day 2 of Spyderco's. And these are the fun Spyderco's in my eyes. They're compression locks. The wonderful world of compression locks. And my very first one that I ever got to buy was the Para 3. So, if you don't know Spyderco and you don't know compression locks, they're essentially a liner lock that's flipped around instead of done on the inner side. They do it on the outside of the scale. So, if my camera would focus. But yeah, and here I've got some burlap micarta scales on my Para 3. Love the burlap micarta. But yeah, so there's the compression lock release bar. And yeah, it's basically just a liner lock flipped around to the other side. What's great about that is that it keeps your hands out of the way of the path of the blade. When you're opening and closing it, you can also hold it and the blade just free falls, basically. So yeah, just good bit of fidget factor in there and some safety in there, and it makes it an awesome lock. It's really an awesome lock. The next one I have for you is the Smock, and I love the Smock. My blade's all dirty from tape and grime and stuff, but yeah, this is the Smock, and everybody loves the Smock, just about. If you don't, I don't know why. I don't understand why, because it's an awesome knife. You get instead of your typical Spyderco leaf shape blade, you get something that's a little narrower, slimmer profile, and you get a nice hollow grind on it. It's not a very tall grind, but it is a nice hollow grind, and it is thin behind the edge. This guy is slicey, such a joy to use. It's also a compression lock, but they did something different. They did something a little different. They added a button. So it is not a button lock. It's still a compression lock by lock mechanism. The way the lock engages and is released. It's still technically a compression lock. Just they did this button deal attached to the lock bar in there that you push and it shoves the liner lock, the lock bar, out of the way to release the blade, so that the blade can be closed. So it's still a compression lock, it's just got a button release for the lock. So hopefully that's as crystal clear as I can make it for you. But it is a really cool way of doing it. I mean, functionality for the user, it feels like you're doing a button lock. And that was being done before button locks were really even a thing in our knife community. So, innovative thinking, going to Spyderco before anybody else, really, to be fair. Really cool way to do the compression lock release mechanism with just a button that you press like that. So here's as much as I love the Smock, and oh do I love the Smock, this is my favorite Spyderco to date, and this is the Kapara. And even though this came before the Smock, I didn't get to own one until this past Christmas, thanks to begging the crap out of my wife to get it for me as my Christmas present from her. Even though we really try not to do Christmas presents for one another, the focus is on the kids, all right? But No, I was, for the longest time I passed this one up because I was not too thrilled about the look of the blade shape. If my camera would focus again. Boy, this camera's having a hard day today. Is it a hard day for you today, camera? Yeah? Are you not wanting to focus? Come on, you can do it. There we go. Aha! Alrighty. So, the overall profile, I was not too thrilled about for the longest time. Like, it looked weird. I just wasn't so sure about the lines, and I just looked over it, just passed it up. But with Instagram and others who own this guy, started seeing more and more photos, really good photos, well done photos, and it got a little bit of talk. And I was like, you know what? When you dress it up with some micarta scales, and you understand the geometry of the blade and why that full flat grind and how thin that is and how useful of a blade shape that is, I realized that I had been stupid for so long, that I had passed up something beautiful and amazing. This is such a good EDC. This is such a wonderfully usable knife. It's got that forward choil so you can get real close up behind the edge of the blade. It's still a rather thin, it's not a tall blade shape. It's got that full flat grind. It's got S30V steel, so but Spyderco and their steels, they just nailed it. There's very few knife companies that get the heat treatment so right, so reliably, and do such a great job on their grinds and their edges. Spyderco just really is, just so dependable with that. And I dressed it up with the micarta, and I did a red micarta, which looks beautiful. It's linen micarta, so it's got that velvety texture, and I absolutely love that. This is definitely a treasured user that I will never let go of. It is just such a great knife, and it's that compression lock. So I love compression locks. Did you know? But anyways, I think we've gone long enough for the day, for the morning. We are 6 more days till Blade Show, and yeah, this is just, oh man, it is so close. It is so close. But y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good weekend, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.